Hey lovelies, and welcome to another video tutorial. So in today's video I'll be showing you how I achieved this top, right? In case you've not watched the video where I made the skirt, please rush down to my playlist or my videos and go see for yourself how we made the skirt. So if this is kind of video you would like to see, please do watch to the end, like, comment and share, and do not forget to subscribe. Okay, so without wasting much of our time, let's get into it, my darlings. So the first thing I'll be doing is to draft out a basic top of blouse borders, right? Yeah, I also have a video, a detailed tutorial on how to draft your basic blouse borders on Marshall as well. Please go check that out as well. So first thing I did was to draw my border line, which we are going to tag as our shoulder line, right? And then from there I went down to get my breast points, all right? And then from that point I went down to get my half length. So I'm marking the hem of my blouse or the length of the blouse that I want to make right there. And I'm also going to go ahead and do the same over there again so that we can connect all the dots together and have a perfect straight line. Okay, after that, just go ahead and place your ruler like so and then connect all the dots together. So now that this is done, let's go ahead and label them, right? So that right there is our breast point, waistline, and then the hemline, okay? So now from your breast line or from your bust line, sorry, go up by 2 inches to get your chest line, all right? This is the easiest way I get my chest line. There are other methods, and for you to know that, hop right to the video what that I told you about how to draft a basic borders, right? And you will get the other method right there. Okay. Now we've leveled out the chest line. The next thing to do is to impute all of our measurements right there. So we first of all start by imputing our shoulder measurements at the shoulder line and then also getting that at the chest line as well. Draw a straight line to connect the both of them together like so, right? And now the next thing to do is to get our neckline, the neck width. So we'll be going in by 3.5 inches. Depending on your measurements, you can go in by 3.5 or by 3. But for me, 3.5 works perfectly well. Then I'm going to go down by 1 inch and then go down by 3.5 inches. The reason is because I'm drafting both the front and the back pattern together. Okay, so we'll be using this to cut out the front and also use cut out the back. All right, you will understand as we go further. Okay, so now with your curve ruler, go ahead and make sure that the curve is connecting straight on the lines like it should, giving it a beautiful curve, and then mark that out like you see me do right now. If you don't have your curve ruler, you can also freehand it. Okay, you can just make sure you're getting a perfect curve. All right, and now from our shoulder points, we'll go down by 1 inch to slant our shoulder line. Okay. So now that we've gotten this out of the way, the next thing to do is to place your tape at that shoulder point where I'm holding right now. Divide it into two to get your armhole. Now at that point, the center, go ahead and go in by 1/2 inch and then impute your bust measurement. Your bust measurement divided by 4. No allowances yet, no sewing allowances or anything. Just go ahead and mark it there. And now with your curve ruler, go ahead and connect all the curves together as well. All right. If you've watched this point and you've not subscribed or followed, please do want to subscribe, follow, like, comment, and share. And do not forget to ask any questions you might have in the comment section because I will gladly attend to all of them. Thank you. So now for the rest of our measurements, your waist measurement divided by 4, mark it right there, and then your hip measurement divided by 4, go ahead and mark it right there as well. Now using your ruler, connect all of those beautiful curves together or those points together like I'm doing right now. So now that we've gotten this out, the next thing to do is to add 1 inch allowance on all of our measurements for ease. This is not a saying allowance yet. we are marking this just for ease because this blouse is not going to have any zipper at the back, but it will have a fastener, which might be a button or a hook at the neck area. Okay, so no zip, hence you need that 1 inch or 1.5 for ease. Okay, so now for the cutting, I'm first of all going to cut out the neckline for the back parts, right? After that, we'll now cut out the neckline for the front part. Just watch carefully and see the way I'm cutting it out so you do not make any mistakes. And please, if you're confused at any point, drop your questions for me in the comment section and I will gladly attend to all of them. If you've not subscribed, my darling, do want to subscribe now. Eh? You know, like us, I bet come join it, come join this family, okay? And you'll be glad you did. Trust me on that. Now, first of all, let's cut out the back part of this blouse. While cutting it, leave like an inch allowance for that zipper area, which will not be adding any zip anyways, but there will be button or something at the neckline. Then while cutting, make sure you're adding half inch allowance on all sides. Okay, that will be your sewing allowance, both at the shoulder, the neck, the sides, and then the hem part of this blouse. Okay, go ahead and notch the necessary parts that needs to be notched as well. Never you miss that. Very important. Okay, so now we are done with the back parts. For the front parts, we'll first of all cut out the neck um line and then slant this pattern into two. Slant it into two equal parts from the middle, just like I am doing now. Okay, make sure you're getting the center very well and make sure your hand is as straight as possible because this is what we'll be using to get the cow neck effect. Okay, so now that this is done, go ahead and place your fabric on your cutting surface, whether on your table, on the floor, wherever you feel comfortable without folding it. Your fabric shouldn't be folded at this point because your pattern is not on fold, right? So I guess that makes sense to you. Now you have to spread this your pattern as wide as possible. How full do you want your cow neck to be? If you want it to be scanty, just open it, spread it a little bit. But if you want it to be very full, more than mine, you have to spread it more. So it all depends on you. Whatever thing you want to do, whatever effect you want to see, you make it happen. Okay, so just spread as wide as possible and trust me, it's going to come out looking so beautiful. All right, so depending on what you want to get, just go ahead and do just that. And then also don't forget to secure everything down with your pin. Okay, because if you don't, you'll be saying A, that fabric will be saying B. So just go ahead and pin it down like I'm doing right now to avoid story that touches. Okay, and hope you're understanding me to this point. If you're not, please use the comment section, drop me your questions, and I will do what answer your questions. If you have any video requests, any tutorial want me to um put on this channel, please let me know and I'll work on that straight away and make sure that I tag you whenever I post it. All right, so yep, thank you guys so much. And if you've not subscribed, my dear, subscribe Ziano Onne. Now, just do what to subscribe. Thank you so much. Like, comment, and feel free to share as well. Okay? Yeah. So now that we've pinned this down, just go ahead and add your half inch allowance. First of all, connect the neckline like you see me do, okay? And then go ahead and add half inch on all sides, both the up part, your shoulder, the armhole, the sides, the hem, every part of it. That is your sewing allowance, okay? So just go ahead and add them like I am doing. So now go ahead and cut it out. Okay, that's the fun part. You cut, I cut, We cut and they cut. Hey, it's a cutting thing. It's a cutting thing. What am I even saying? You guys know me. I like to be goofy all the time. So just go ahead and cut. Okay, and hope I made you smile. Yeah. So now that we're done cutting, just go ahead and up, just bring that together, and you see that cowl effect right there. Yeah, it's already forming like it should. And now the next thing to do is just to take off all the pin, take off the pattern paper, because at this point we will not be needing it anymore. Okay, so just take it out like so. All right. And then let's head straight into sewing. So for the sewing part, we'll first of all be working on the front neckline, which is just folding this into two. You see that you fold it this way, double fold it, or you put an interfacing and then turn that in. But I think folding it makes more sense, right? And then for the back, I had to cut out an interfacing for the back. Okay, and then just sew it up, turn it over, and do the same thing for the other side. Join the back together. This is what the back is looking like right now after the joining. As you can see, I left a little bit of opening where, as in for easy wearing. Okay, and then also for the fastener at the upper part of the neck. Next thing to do is to work on the shoulder. So for the shoulder, you have to turn the front shoulder using the back shoulder. Let me explain. So when you are pinning the front shoulder to the back, make sure it is separated from the interfacing of the back neckline, right? So just go ahead and then pin your shoulder, the front one to the back one, right side facing each other. If you have any excess at that shoulder part, just go ahead and pleat it in. Don't cut out anything. Go ahead and make a tiny pleat and make sure that everything aligns, the front and the back aligns together. Okay, after that, go ahead and then flip the interfacing over to cover up the front shoulder. When you sew it like that, it comes out looking seamless. Not the shoulder seams is not showing nothing. It looks seamless on the inside. Okay, and it gives your work a very neat and a beautiful outcome as well. Okay, so just go ahead and pin the other side as well. All right, just like I'm doing right now. So now that we're done with the pinning, go straight to your sewing machine and then sew that up. By the time you're done sewing it, this is what you will have. Okay, and this is what your neckline will be looking like by the time you're done joining. All right, so now this is it. The next thing to do is to hold the pin the front to the back like I'm doing right now. Pin the front to the back. Okay, and make sure that the front and the back are lines together. See, listen, at this point you might think that you made a mistake. The front will definitely be bigger than the back. Definitely it will, but do not do not waver. Don't be afraid, because you're still on the right track. Just push in the front and make sure that it aligns with the back. You get what I'm saying? Pushing the front, just hold them together like I'm doing right now, making sure that the front and the back is equal, and pin it like I'm showing you now. Okay, don't cut out, because the moment you cut out anything from the front part, you've missed, as in you've messed up the front parts of this blouse. Okay, so do not cut out anything. Just do what I'm doing now, and you will see the you have a nice result after that. So after the pinning, go back to your sewing machine and then join that together using the half-inch allowance that we added while we were cutting this out. Okay. So after the sewing, voila, this is what we have. And lest I forget, always iron. See, for everything, anything you sew, please iron. This scrap material can be a handful, so make sure that you iron at all times. Now over to cutting of the sleeve. With the remaining fabric, I folded it into four because I'll be cutting both the right and the left sleeve together. All right. So place your tape like so. Mark your beginning points. All right, and then mark this at 2.5 right there, and then determine how long you want your sleeve length to be. Okay, so this is mine. You can go longer than this. So from the starting point, do a curve and then connect that to that 2.5 that you have, and then measure it down to your the circumference of your armhole. Okay, and add extra half an inch for sewing allowance. By the time you're done doing that, go ahead and get your round sleeve. Okay, and also add half-inch allowance to your round sleeve while marking it. And after that, just go ahead and cut it out. Very simple. Is it not? Yes, it is. And if you've watched to this point, please do want to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And do not forget to leave your questions in the comment sections if you have any questions for me. Thank you so much. Now that this is done, the next thing to do is to fold the hem of your sleeve, like I'm doing right now. Fold your hem, double fold it, fold once, and then fold again. Do the same thing for the other sleeve as well and iron it down. You have this beautiful outcome. And then the next part is to fold the both of them to fold your sleeve together like that to close it up. Hold it down with your pin. Head over to your sewing machine and then go ahead and sew it up using the half-inch allowance that you added while you were cutting out your sleeve. Okay, hope that makes sense. Hmm? Yep, I know it does. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So with that done, this is what you will have. I will say again, make sure that you iron it down. Okay, and now bring your top or your blouse and pin your sleeve to it. While pinning, first of all, I'm going to say I'm sorry because I didn't know that the camera wasn't even placed well, so you might not see the pinning very well. But let me explain it to you. While you're pinning, right, make sure that the part that you notched on your sleeve, okay, is being pinned together with your shoulder line. All right, and then the closing part where you joined your sleeve, right, is pinned together with the side of your blouse. Do you get what I'm saying? So the upper part of your sleeve to the shoulder and then the down part of it to your sides. Make sure that they are equal. Okay, and then go ahead and pin the other ones around. If you cut your sleeve very well and your measurements is correct, it will just align. You don't even need any extra serere or any extra magic to make it happen. Just it will just align perfectly. Trust me on that. So go ahead and then use your half-inch allowance and join them together. And that's basically most of it. So the last thing to do is to go ahead and fold the hem of your blouse like that, double fold it, and then go ahead and sew it round. Let me show you again. You fold once and then you fold again. Colors. That is it. And you will have this beautiful outcome. Hmm? Now tell me, will you be trying this? Will you? If you will, let me know in the comments. If you won't, also let me know in the comment. But I trust that you will. And like I said in the beginning, if you've not seen the video of how I achieved this skirt, please do well to check out my other videos. It's the last video before this one, okay? So that will not be hard to find. Go ahead and watch it, and trust me, you will love it. And now we've come to the end of this video. If you've not subscribed, do want to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And until next time, guys, stay creative and do not forget that I love you. Mwah. Bye.